there, and welcome to the beginning of my class basics series where I'll be walking you as a player through some of the basics of picking a class that might be right for you if you're new to D&D or you're a returning veteran that might need some new tips that you might have missed the first time around. For the beginning of this series, we're going to start with a personal favorite class of mine, which is the Barbarian. As a Barbarian, you can really embrace in those larger-than-life aspects that a frontline fighter or tank in most role-playing games would be. You have the most health out of any class, and you're typically using very large weapons or multiple one-handed weapons. You're going to be in the thick of a fight, just going absolute rage mode, and most of the time, killing something before it has a chance to kill you. Barbarians are one of those classes that you are going to be focusing a lot of your points into your strength and constitution. By focusing in strength, it just means that it's easier for you to hit, and you are hitting for more damage. You're going to need that constitution because, as I just said, you're going to be in the middle of a fight, so you're going to need as much health as possible. Barbarians get a D12 of health per level, which means that you're going to be getting a little bit more than the other classes, which are usually getting between a D6 if you're a spellcaster, or usually a D10 for the other melee style classes such as a monk, a fighter, or a paladin. As a barbarian, the bread and butter of your kit is your rage, which you get at the very first level. You can use this trait a number of times per day, and while it's active, you get a couple of benefits as well. Most of the damage that's going to be coming at you is going to be cut in half because you are considered resistant. You are going to be almost too angry to die at that point. While you're raging, you're also going to be hitting for a little bit more damage, and it also makes it so that way you can't concentrate on any kind of spells. So if you happen to have spells in your repertoire while you are moving through a campaign, unfortunately, you're not really going to be able to use them at this time. Playing a barbarian is great. You get to really indulge in the larger-than-life aspects of some meathead that's basically just there to have fun and just smash something to pieces. While you don't get to attack as many times as some of the other classes, such as a monk, which is going to be focusing on punching a lot, you will be critically striking a lot harder if you happen to roll that 20 on your D20 when you're attacking. Just because barbarians are the muscle of the group. You don't really wear armor, though you are proficient with all kinds of weaponry and up to medium armor. You can also use shields if that's your go-to flavor. This is just a class that I always recommend for people that are new to the game. It is pretty straightforward. You don't have a whole lot that you have to manage in terms of spells or ammunition, unless you're just throwing things. And it's just very simple. It's very fun to play. You don't take a whole lot of damage. You dish a lot out in the process. Eventually, we'll be talking about the other kinds of barbarians, but I just wanted to give a very brief overview of my favorite class. I've played probably 3 different kinds of barbarians at this point. Highly recommended if you haven't played any of the more melee-focused classes yet, or if you're new to the game and you're not really sure what to play. Stick around and we'll talk about some of those other ones later, but in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.